Two sparks ignited. We left some space for us to breathe. My head.
Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys on how to make a turtleneck crop top with a keyhole neckline. If this sounds like something you're interested to learn, keep on watching and let's get started. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime new video drops.
You are more than enough, more than enough. Feeling the rush, feeling.
To make this top, you will need 1 yard of a stretching material. If you are in a bigger size, you can make use of 1.5 yard. Okay, you can see mine is very stretchy. So my pattern paper is on a fold. From that upper part, I'll come down by 7.5 inch for my chest line. I also came down by 15 inch for my waistline or half length. And I marked 18 inch for the full length and also 1 inch for allowance. I will connect those points to give me a straight line. After that, I will label. So this is my shoulder line, this is my chest line, this is my half length, this is my full length, and AL. AL means the allowance. So on the shoulder line, I will mark half of my shoulder circumference without any allowance. I will do the same thing at the chest line. I'll connect the 2 points. There is no need adding allowance since you're making use of a stretchy fabric. Okay, for the neck width, I'll mark 2.5 inch for the neck width. Then I'll come down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. I'll connect from there to my neck width. Next, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the back depth and also 2.5 inch for the front depth. I'll use my curve ruler to connect the 2 points to give me a round neckline. This is for the back neck depth and front neck depth. Okay, I'll place my tape from that point to my chest line. I have 6.5. I'll divide what I have there by 2. I mark the midpoint, also came inside by half an inch. And on the chest line, I'll mark quarter of my bust circumference. I'll use my curve ruler to connect the 3 dots to give me my armhole curve. Okay, the next thing I want to do is to impute quarter of my bust circumference. I did not add any allowance. On the waistline or half length, I'll mark quarter of my waist circumference. No allowance was added. From the chest line, I will connect to the half length and also extend to the hemline. Once I'm through with that, I will cut it out just like this. Okay, so I'm going to first cut the neck depth of the back piece. After cutting, I will fold my fabric by 2, then cut the back piece. Okay, you will cut your back piece first before going ahead with the front piece. So after cutting the back piece, this was what I had. Can you see? So I'm going to keep this aside and I'll work on the front piece. So I'm going to cut the neckline for the front piece just like this. So I have 2 neckline. I've already cut out the 2.5 inch, which was our first neckline. So the next thing I want to do now is from that point, I'll come down by 6 inch. And also on the armhole, I am going to mark the midpoint of my armhole. From that midpoint, I'll come up by 1 inch. Okay, then I'll make my dot. So I'm going to connect from there to that point. Okay, I'm going to make a curve just like this. Just make your curve this way. So once you are through with that, from that same point, you're going to come down by 1.5 inch for the keyhole neckline. And from that point as well, I'm going to come down by 2 inch. Then I'll connect upward. Okay, I'm going to connect upward like this. I decided to use a blue marker so you know the difference. Okay, so I have my 2 neckline, which is the round neckline and the keyhole neckline. So I'm not going to cut this like this because if I should cut the yoke part, it's going to affect the body. If I also cut the body, it's going to affect the yoke. Okay, so what I did was to place another fresh paper. Make sure it's on a fold. You can see I placed it. Go ahead and trace the neckline, trace the shoulder, and trace the armhole. Make sure you make those points, okay, on both sides. Then go ahead and connect to that point on the center front. Go ahead and cut it out. Can you see what I did here? So I'll just cut the yoke. I'll have a separate yoke now. So after cutting the yoke, this was what I had. Next thing is to cut this second part. I will call it the body. I've gone ahead to cut it out. So the same mark we have on the other side, I'm going to repeat it here as well. Okay. If you don't know the mark I'm talking about, this is the mark I'm talking about here. Can you see this one? You have to make it on the other side. Okay. Next, place your yoke on the both mark. So it's going to overlap this way. Okay. Your yoke should overlap the mark like this. Okay. Ensure you also make the same mark on the main fabric. Okay. So I'm making this mark on the right side of the fabric, not the wrong side. Make your mark on the right side of the fabric, so it will be easier for you to locate or to see. Okay, so once I'm through with that, this is it. This is what you should have. Okay, and you're also going to place the yoke like so. Okay, make sure it overlap the mark. Okay, it's going to overlap just like this. So the next thing I did was to cut out this long straight piece. Okay, 1.5 inch wideness. I'll use it to pipe that side and also pipe the other side as well. Okay, I will do the same thing here. So after piping, guys, this was what I had here. Because the material was so stretchy, I decided to use paper to sew alongside because it really affected my sewing. The thread was just jumping. So if you have that kind of experience, just know the solution is paper. You can use paper or you can use your candle. Okay, so after I was done with all of that, I went ahead to place and I hold with my pin. Go ahead and top stitch very well on the same line. Then place your back piece. Before continuing with the sewing of this dress, I will explain what I already said again. I said you should place like so. Okay, you overlap like so and pin it down. Top stitch on the same line, then join your shoulder and also use half an inch to shape the both side. Okay, join the both side with half inch. I've gone ahead to do that. As you can see, I've joined the shoulder, the both side, and have also stitched on the overlap area. Right now I'm trimming out allowances. Okay, so I want to have just little allowance there. So the next thing I want to do now is to take the measurement I have at the armhole side. This is my sleeve. This is a long basic sleeve. I already have a tutorial on how to cut that. The length of the sleeve is 18.5 inch. Everything. So I'll drop the link in the description box of this video. So I measured 8 inch on the armhole and I have 7.5 inch on this side. So I'm going to stitch with half inch. I'll stitch with half inch since it's a stretchy fabric, and I'm also going to hem the down part as well. Once I'm through with that, I will go ahead and attach the sleeve to the top. Okay, so after attaching the sleeve to the top, this was what I had. Okay, can you see? I've gone ahead to attach the sleeve and also hem the top as well. I used 1 inch to hem the top. Okay, the next thing I want to do is to take the measurement I have on the neckline. So after measuring everything on the neckline, what I had here was 16.5 inch. I'm going to cut a band of 16.5 inch. So this is the band. What I have there is 3.5 to 4 inch wideness. I've stitched one side with 1/4 inch is on a fold, so I stitch one side with 1/4 inch, and the length I had here was what I had on the neckline, 16.5. I did not add allowance for sewing. Okay, it's just the 16.5. This is a stretchy fabric. All right, the next thing you want to do is to fold your back neckline. Fold like so and notch the center of your back neckline. So after notching the center of your back neckline, you're going to place your seam line at that point. Okay, the seam line you have on the band is what you're going to place there. Okay, So use your pin to pin the band all the way around the neckline. Okay, you're going to pin your band all the way around the neckline like so. Head over straight to your sewing machine and stitch down with half inch. Okay, so I'll just do that and I'll be right back. So if you watched to this point, kindly hit on the subscribe button. Okay, so after I was done, this was what I had. I've gone ahead to join, and this was what I had. This is the inside. This is what the sleeve looks like. Can you see? This is our beautiful keyhole. You can see how relaxed it looks. So this is the top, and we have come to the end of today's tutorial. If you love this video, kindly hit on the subscribe button. You can appreciate me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Turn on your notification bell. Don't forget to share this video, share it to reach more audience, and also like. You can leave your comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.